Hello my friends, Green Energy here, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Last episode, we took on our first two bosses of Dark Souls 2, and conquered the rest of the Forest of the Fallen Giants, and now we are at Heide's Tower of Flame. I went ahead and did not rest at the bonfire, because we don't need any more Estus, seeing how we can only have 2 at this time, next to our 14 life gems, but that way we don't have to deal with this big guy again. We'll ignore the little white dude. This guy with a big old sledgehammer packs a punch. Not to mention that giant swing. These guys are tough. Grab this item, soul item, and some more effigy. And we're back to our sword and shield. Killing that one will actually bring up the switch right here. If you notice in our tower over there for our boss battle, who's actually not even in there at the moment, the platform is not taking up the entire room. Pulling the switch is going to lift up a platform to make the boss arena a little bit bigger. You don't have to pull the switches, you can sprint by all of them. There's actually 2, one in that room and one right here. And you can actually make the boss fall off of the platform. I don't find it to be the easier way to do it, because that gives up more of your foot space. And with our summon, that boss is going to be a piece of cake anyways. So we're going to pull it. You'll notice a good portion of the platform rises up. But there's still some leeway on the sides. That's why we want to go try to pull the other switch before we move to that boss. But to do that, we got 3 knights up here. We have to kill the one that's right in the center. Doing so is going to lift up that switch. Come on. He's going to come on his own, which is kind of what we want. But after that, the other 2 are going to come together. We're going to have to toughen our way through that. Just like the one with the sledgehammer, his moveset's a little more complicated to learn, which is why I'm not as good at getting through it. Despite their size, they actually don't have a very large health pool. But once you take him on, these guys are sprinting at us. The switch that we needed to activate has popped up in there. We'll ignore those guys as long as they don't chase us all the way over to here. So pull the switch, it'll bring up the rest of the platform. You'll see in the water that's starting to come up, but I'm going to keep moving. We're going to ignore the white knight still. Man, they are persistent. But one of them ran off. Two-handing with the fire sword kicks some butt in the early game. Well, there's our summon. We're actually going to take on this knight before we summon him in, just so that he has the most health possible for the fight. Uh-oh. Save our Estus for the fight. There's a chest over behind that white knight, but we can't access it without hurting him. So we're going to save that for after the fight. We're going to get Glencore. Come on over, my friend. We got stuff to do. Oh, where you going? Sometimes he goes to attack the White Knight. That's not good. We want him to come in here with us. Here's the Dragonrider. Pretty easy to dodge through most of his attacks. It's even easier when you consider a partner to help you out. It should be noted that these summons can respawn. I believe they do it when you rest at a bonfire. So if you're having trouble defeating a boss, you don't have to worry about only having the summon once. That cannot be said for player summons. When players are getting summoned, they can be summoned as much or as long as they put their summon sign down. There's the Dragonrider. Light that bonfire. We're going to talk to this young lady.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the cost of it, that's for hard to decide.
So she does have some miracles. She's got that sacred chime. This ring increases our faith, and then a buttload of miracles that you can have. Since I'm not a caster or faith-driven player, I prefer melee builds. This is what we're going with.
Miracles. The gods frown upon such soul scrimpers. Just speak up if you're in need of miracles. That's why I'm here, after all.
Okay.
No need.
Couldn't remember if she had any further dialogue. We're going to run back to Majula, because we're going to go right over to that next boss. But that pathway that we were just looking at right there is actually to the next area after this boss. But let's see what we can do for upgrades before we spend them on building ourselves up. It's not worth upgrading the shield for, plus we just got 100 physical defense as long as I upgrade my strength 1. So we'll bring our strength up to 16. Make the poor guy a little upset. So let's bring our strength up to 16 so we can get that nice shield. Do the same with our endurance. We'll get our endurance to 20. Look at that. Not sure if it's going to slow us down at all. But if you notice, Lost Bastille gets moved down a row because we weren't supposed to be there yet. We're going to go do this next boss. The boss is technically optional. You don't have to go do it at all in order to progress into the game, because in terms of progression, we're actually supposed to go that way and head to our next area. But instead, we're going to go take on the optional boss, get some more souls. And who wants to play a game just to skip parts of it? But now that we've taken out the Dragonrider, these White Knights are going to start getting hostile. I'm actually standing here because one of them is coming towards us right now, and I want to take him on one-on-one, so we're not taking him and the big knight on at the same time. Come on, hit me. There we go. These guys actually have more health and hit with more of the than the big knights do, so they're not to be underestimated. Now we can take on our big guy. But now that we have 100% physical damage, the shield is a lot better. Take care of him. And then we're going to get our summon back. Bring back our good old phantom. But now we can open up this chest. And we'll get the Ring of Binding, which limits HP reduction when hollow. We'll put it on just to have it on at this point. But there's going to be more important things to have pretty soon. So the White Knight that was sitting there is actually hanging out inside this center tower here. He's going all in. Do gotta make sure you help your phantoms out in battle. Although they are very good at taking aggro and taking damage, they're not invincible. If you want the help, you gotta make sure you're helping them out. Usually that White Knight comes after us as well, but he is just not interested. Now he's interested. Take care of that one. Right over here, we got another White Knight and a Giant Knight that we're gonna bait to come back here, hopefully, as long as Glencore helps us out. We're going to see which one he's interested in. You need to heal up, Glencore. There we go. We're going to pop 2 of these. If you pop more than 1 life gem, you can see that my health goes up quicker, just because the increased power is bringing it up. So heal himself further. We're gonna need it. So don't go all the way up the staircase yet. We want to just go up to where the White Knight becomes interested. And we're going to let him come down to us because we don't want to trigger that dragon to wake up yet. That's not cool, man. You're getting some backstabs. Help me out, Glencore. There we go. Once we take care of that White Knight, we're now going to take care of the dragon. If we would have woken him up, he does cast fire all the way over to the staircase, basically. So we want to wait till we're ready, and then sprint to him. Because in the time that it takes him to wake up, we can get all the way to his feet. That makes this a lot easier. Then we'll start baiting him so that Glencore can get over here. It's all good. Still all good. He's His health bar is up there. Not sure what he's doing. Not cool, man. Let's get back in there before he decides to use his fire again. And he's dead. Grab the dragon bone and more Parma. Still gotta figure out what that is. But that raises up the switch so that we can bring down the drawbridge. Right up here is the Cathedral of Blue, which is a super small area in this game. It only consists of the boss and a small area with a couple chests behind him. Glencore is going to be helping us out. There's no other summons, so if you want a phantom, you do need to make sure he survives. Then the boss battle in here is the Old Dragonslayer. If you saw my Let's Play for Dark Souls 1, he's the exact same moveset as Ornstein. Exact same character. A lot of people complain about reskins, but since it's actually a pretty good boss, this one got a lot of forgiveness. Just want to back up when he does that. Glencore might not survive this one. Ooh. He barely dodged that one. Want to try to help our friend live through it. He made it. Awesome. Took care of him. We get another ring and the Dragonslayer sword. Let's see what the ring's all about. Strengthens thrust weapon counterattacks. Let's go ahead and use that. It's going to be more useful than the other one. But notice how that boss didn't hit me even once. He's not super tough when he's by himself without smoke. Got a couple chests right here. And then the one thing I can never figure out is this guy's deal.
Transient being. This is no place for one such as you. Be gone. You are not needed.
So he gets all upset.
Transient, you would be gone.
He does the same dialogue over and over. Doesn't give us anything. I don't understand if there's like a story significance. It's a fake message. That one's real though, because right down here we have a bonfire that's just here for reasons no one knows. But now we'll head back to Majula to level ourselves up. Let's go ahead and spend all the regular souls we got. I don't think we can do much upgrading for our weapons. I could buy some shards. But I could also save it for when we got some better weapons. Because the sword's great, but I'm looking forward to getting some bigger swords and hammers. So let's get our levels up. Let's get that to 20. Let's move this to 20. And we'll get our dexterity to 20. And then I might get my vitality to 10. Let's go ahead and head back to the Tower of Flame bonfire. We're going to take the plummet down to No Man's Wart, which is our next area. Don't ask me how we get all the way to it. I'm just gonna believe it. You'll see what I mean when we get there. It's like, how did we get from where we were to here when we didn't walk that much? We'll just have to say it's supernatural. But right here, we got our last big night, at least for now. We'll take the damage. We're going to be coming to a bonfire before too long. Got some torches and effigy, another knight or soul item, and another halberd. Come down the stairwell. I think we need to go right first. Might be left first. It is definitely left first. So we need to take on this big dude. Despite the big shield, actually not as tough as he looks. I should note in Dark Souls 1, when they're standing up after that attack, the animation actually protects them. And this game, as long as they're starting to get up, you can attack them right away. So you'll notice that difference if you watch my Dark Souls Let's Play versus this one. We're going to come over here and take down the elevator. I believe those kind of ghoulish things over there are either other players playing in this area or kind of like a replay of somebody who did. It's kind of just to make you feel like there's other people in this world. Yeah, I think that message is a troll. In this area, we got a couple of the hollows hiding under the water. And then we got these bug dudes. Have to back up. We're gonna need our branch of yore to move that. I only open what I know is necessary because we have a limited amount throughout the entire game. So nothing that way. And then right over here is our next bonfire. And before we wrap up, I just want to show you what I mean by how the heck did we get here when we didn't do that much running. Because I don't think it was that busted up kind of tower area that we were at, or that we saw in the foreground or background. But this is our next area that we'll tackle next time. It's very Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl-esque. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Let me know what you enjoyed in the comments, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. Continue being good people and spread positive vibes. Take care.